up next week, Sam. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you say your please call the roll, please?
Trustee Coffey?
Here.
Trustee Lopez?
Here.
Trustee Dorio?
Here.
Trustee Morales?
Here. Mayor Williams?
Here.
And I'll note the presence of myself and the other fine gentleman and lady in
And Mike.
I didn't mean that. He said.
Thank you, sir. We're going to start off with a couple more presentations. As you know, we recognize the fire department and police department during those 2 weeks. But we have a couple more. First one is, and again, since we didn't have all meetings, some of these might have passed a little bit, but meetings fall into the time frame. Public Works Week. The Mayor, Trustees, Administrator thank Highway Foreman Brian Bellantoni for his dedication to maintaining good quality of life. This year's Public Works Week theme is People, Purpose, Presence. This theme is intended to highlight the dedication of public works professionals to meeting the needs of the community and their constant presence in enduring safety and a quality of life. It emphasizes the essential services public works provides, often unnoticed, yet vital to the daily life. As Mayor of the Village of Elmsford, I hereby proclaim the week of May 18th to May 24th, 2025, the Public Works Week in the Village of Elmsford. Brian, you have this? You get some of that. That and your dollar will get you sort of tomorrow, but that's something you get for it.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Next one is Water Week. The Mayor, Trustees, Administrator thank Water Foreman Joseph Diaz for his dedication to maintaining good quality water. This year's Water Week theme is the power of water. The theme highlights the essential role that water plays in all aspects of life and emphasizes the power in various uses, while also acknowledging the responsibility of protecting and conserve water resources. As Mayor of the Village of Elmsford, I hereby proclaim that the week of May 11th through May 17th, 2025, be Water Week in the Village of Elmsford. No, I'm only making sure we're back.
Thank you, John.
Keep the water wet.
Keep the water flowing. Next is EMS Week. The Mayor, Trustees, Administrator thank EMS Chief Nelson Diaz for his dedication to saving lives. This year's EMS theme is We Care for Everyone. This theme is intended to highlight the dedication and compassion of EMS professionals who serve communities and patients every day. As Mayor of the Village of Elmsford, I hereby proclaim that the week of May 18th to May 24th, 2025, the EMS Week in the Village of Elmsford. So we'll get that to Nelson next week. I see he's gallivanting on vacation someplace in the world, right? We also have Building Safety Week. The Mayor, Trustees, Administrator thank Building Inspector Antonio Capicaro for his dedication to keeping buildings safe. Building Safety Week stresses the importance of occupying safe buildings as the general public lives, works, or plays there. Having buildings that are not up to standard would cause to losing lives, property, and finances. As Mayor of the Village of Elmsford, I hereby proclaim that the week of May 2nd through May 6th, 2025, is Building Safety Week in the Village of Elmsford. We have mayoral personnel appointments with the board approval. Summer season part-time, Marshawn Sorrell, highway laborer. Any objection to lumping three together? Sylvia DeBella, highway laborer, and Joseph Gonzalez, highway laborer.
The difference in base because one has no plan on the other, so.
Yes.
Been working for us longer, right? Been working for us longer.
He was here last year, that's the only difference. We usually bump him up a dollar.
Oh, I should take that gig, that'd be rich. Motion?
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Roll call?
Trustee Coffey?
Aye.
Trustee Lopez?
Aye.
Trustee Dorio?
Aye.
Trustee Corrales? Mayor Williams?
Aye. Consideration of resolution authorizing payment of claims.
So moved.
Roll call?
Trustee Coffey?
Aye.
Trustee Lopez?
Aye.
Trustee Dorio?
Aye.
Trustee Corrales? Mayor Williams?
Aye. Resolution establishing a public hearing on local law amending various sections of chapter 316 of the Code of the Village of Elmsford for V&D.
So moved.
Roll call? You're picking it.
The date?
Huh?
The date?
Oh,
will
date.
be
I was thinking on,
The next scheduled is July 7th. That's your schedule.
you guys around on June 23rd?
Yes.
Trustee Coffey?
Yes, sir.
Mike, you here?
It's a good question. I think so.
Okay, so
Is it July 7th or July 14th?
I got the 14th.
I got the 14th.
I have 14.
You probably right.
Yeah, because I
misspoke.
yeah, I think we figured that because it's too close to the 4th of July weekend in case people were still away or something.
We'll note that.
You're up to have another meeting on the 23rd? Scheduled on June 23rd?
So, 6:03.
You want to word it so it rolls right after the work session?
Trustee Coffey?
Aye.
Trustee Lopez?
Aye.
Trustee Dorio?
Aye.
Trustee Corrales?
Aye.
Mayor Williams?
Aye. Anything else, Mike?
Nothing for me.
Can I have 2 minutes, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, sir.
I was approached by Alex, the owner of Alex Lounge. He wants to have a special festival on July 20th. He wants to help the kids. He wants to have games for the kids. He's willing to pay for whatever he needs to pay, DPW, police, whatever it needs, so they can have a one street closed. He's willing to do whatever needs to be done in order to have that accomplished. So what I'm asking is, from DPW, what do you guys need in order to be able to close the street and to be able to have the festival outside? To the police department. I was also, I don't know what are the chances of us using the constables? He wants to have it from 12 to 8 p.m.
Could I make a suggestion? I think he should probably put something in writing requesting us
I told her that.
with all the hours, exactly what he wants to do. And that should be to me. And then, minimum, he's gonna need some insurance,
He's willing to.
all that stuff. But that's the way I would address this at this point. Let's get all the information, and then see what he needs from us to do it, and what it's gonna cost us.
What was the date again?
July.
You said July 20th?
So if he gets it by June 22, I don't know.
And again, he's willing to pay for whatever expenses.
On the hill.
And he's also gonna use his land, his property. So he's gonna use his property, he's saying that all the hundred, and then on that street, he's gonna have games.
On the hill.
I'm talking about smoking, nothing.
Go-karts.
I can see all the balls running down the hill.
I asked him that, he said, look, I got everything figured out. And he also.
You might wanna think about using Goodwin instead of Everett, because there's no houses on it, except for up top, that lady.
They go the other way.
Excuse me?
They go the other way, yeah.
Because there's Roseanne Dean's on Everett, so she's gonna be yelling. But there's a few houses, more houses, right, on Everett than there is on Goodwin, where Goodwin and the parking lot there might be better for
If you
get the neighbor next door.
Yeah.
And it would cause less of a problem, it'd be easier for the PD.
Sunday, you can use the auto place.
Use the auto place next door and Goodwin, and just talk to the.
As long as there's not a few.
Yeah, it's not a few, I think you'd be
On
better off.
Sunday,
It's easier, I think.
And not as steep.
Everybody has like 5 pieces of water, and then it drops off even more.
and we can use the parking lot for the other person.
Yeah.
What else is there? Insurance is not an issue, he's willing to buy insurance just for one day.
He should be able for, just get a certificate from his car insurance, just holding us,
And
harmless.
when you look to have his certificate liability, they,
Let's do away with insurance. Holding us, naming us as additionally insured. That's easy.
as part of the constable, is that something that you? To be honest with you, I wanna help, this is the first time that somebody in the village is trying to do something for the village.
You should also put a narrative, just have him submit the application, what he wants to do, put the hours of operation, the hours of when it starts, the beginning and end. Obviously, he's gonna need insurance, also consent and release forms, identifying us and releasing us from liability, so it's stuff that we can get there, but you should submit in his narrative, time, obviously, beginning and end, exactly, and get where exactly you can have it.
He's also concerned about being able to have portable bathrooms. Is that something that you?
That would be up to him, and then determine where they're gonna put them.
Portable what?
Porta potties.
Thank you.
Just a comment on using the Goodwill. That's a street where fire department trucks like the ladders need to use to get up to like Hartsdale Road, so you can't get up any other hill. Closing that street is a big problem.
Yeah, see, bottom out on the other ones.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Committee reports, trustee Coffey.
I'd like to start off by thanking our building department. The reward, congratulating the award for the he's been working on study submittals and reviews, and it's just making sure at this point. And that's what I have now for the building department. As for the library, there was a concert next week, which the mayor distributed to the village already, and it's looked interesting. And I just got a note saying from Angela Groth, who's been affiliated with the Elmsford Library for 33 years and was the director for the last 25. She's retiring July 18th this year. So we'll be looking for a new library director. She's done a lot. And as also the library is, they've asked us if we're interested in putting a link on our website, asking Elmsford residents if they're interested in what passes the library gets. The library runs a program where they get multiple passes, sometimes 1 or 2 passes for different, either museums, or functions of children's museums or children's play centers, and wondering what ones we would be interested in for the village, because as long as you have a library, there are people see. I mean, right now, they have one for the World Trade Center, which allows 2 people. They give it to you for 3 days. You have 3 days to use it, and I think it's a free entrance to the mall. And then they also have something for up in Mohawk to allow for 5 days for hiking and camping. So they're trying to expand their horizons and they're offering different, and they're not really restricted where the museums are. Could be all over Westchester County, and some down in that. That's all I have right now, sir.
Thank you, sir. I've seen those in other libraries, and they're a really good idea. So if we can follow up on that, I mean, I'm speaking for myself and other colleagues, but I think that's a great idea.
Oh, it is good, and actually, I'm gonna try and push them to see, because Greenberg Library, you have to be a Greenberg Library holder has, for people who don't have access to streaming services, you can take out, I think, for a week at a time, either a Fire Stick, with several streaming services already prepaid on it, and the Fire Stick will just hook into the TV. And they, I think a Fire Stick and a Roku Stick, which you can take out for a couple of weeks. But that's limited to Greenberg residents, all the Greenberg libraries. Honestly, I'll try and see if maybe they might be need this. But that's something to think through.
Yeah. How many years, Angela? 30?
33, well, she said, I read it wrong, she's been 25 years with the library, 33 years working. And before that, she also worked for the people in Boston.
So 25 years as a director?
Yeah. She was, 25 years as library director, and I think she was the librarian at Elmsford for years before.
So she had 32 total?
33.
If I would pop the proclamation, you take it down,
Sure.
would you mind? When's the next,
Probably June, the last Thursday in June. I'm sure the date is.
ready then, because they go around to the meeting, right, their usual?
Thursday. So it's
Trustee Lopez?
Constables. The constables work the annual Elmsford Memorial Day Parade and service on May 26th. The constables work the on-the-fly detail in the morning on May 31st. They also continue to work the Sunday on-carnival details on May 11th, May 18th, May 25th, and June 1st. Water. They have been busy with the daily water testing and workouts. The water department assisted in the Memorial Day Parade. They are in the process of replacing broken hydrants and valves. The timer on the door locks at the White Plains Avenue Park is underway and should be completed this week. Highway. They have installed the new frames, the new black poles that are in front of the village hall. And it looks amazing. That was an amazing job. They assisted with all preparations for the Memorial Day event in the village. Our flowers are back on Route 180, so the daily watering has started as well. Speed bumps are back out in the village. They're waiting for one more so they can be installed. They just got 2 new summer kits. So they will be big help in getting those flowers watered and many more things that need to be done around our office. They continue with the daily maintenance, which takes up most of their time. So they are busy with just that alone. looks really big.
They're beautiful.
Great job. Thank you very much. That's what I have tonight.
Thank you. Trustee Dorr?
From the Recreation Department, summer camp still has spaces available for registration. From Fire and EMS, Fire Department went on 65 calls in May and EMS on 76 calls in May. And if I can just add, I was able to attend the Hudson Valley Honor Flight on Saturday morning. And I just want to thank our fire department that came out and put out a beautiful, big, large flag on the tower ladder. And Chief DeLuca and Chief Malone and Dave Signor and Richie Griffin and Liz Markowitz for getting up early and making the veterans' visit to the airport special. And once we were at the airport, that ceremony is something that is indescribable and well-deserved for all of the veterans. And it was a beautiful, beautiful experience. That's all I have.
Could you give me the EMS number now?
76.
Thank you.
Trustee Crowell?
Me and the commissioner up at Norwood Extension, we're looking into putting speed humps up there and where we should put them, we're still investigating. We're also gonna put some, speed limit signs, because the commissioner said there isn't any up there, so we feel that's gonna help, somewhat. The new, officer that they're hiring, the paperwork is in the process. And also, Commissioner put a detail out, crosswalk at Goodwin and 119, where all of our kids, a lot of our kids cross from the school. They wrote 11 summonses up there, watching it. And also, after that, Sunday morning, I was at Carmine's, I saw the Officer Gannon, John Gannon, stop in a car Sunday morning. Of course, old school me, I waited when he was done. Him and Sergeant Clancy, not Clancy, it was Clancy. Casey, I called him Clancy. I gave him a nickname. I asked him, what's going on. I saw the guy didn't yield. So the officers are also doing it, besides the guys on the detail. They're also been ticketing the tractor trailer that's been on 119, paying close attention. The guy's been paying the bill every month, so it is what it is, but the officers are out there constantly. It was on my porch the other night on midnight. I saw one of the officers come down my street. I've been watching. And you hear all good things. Anything, Commissioner?
No, that's it, you did.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Deputy Mayor Lopez, Trustee Doyle, Trustee Krause, and I attended the municipal officials dinner. We thank the outgoing president and welcome in this year's president, the mayor of Hastings. Both community food pantries are around. The food pantries for July are, the community food pantry at Mount Carmel is June 21st, and the community food pantry at Toluca Park is on June 28th. The public school budget passed, and President David Hack got reelected to the Board of Education, along with electing new Board of Education member Rita Azzarelli. As my two colleagues mentioned a minute ago, thank you to Fire Chief Lee DeLuca and the members of the fire department for getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and setting up the big flags so the Elmsford veteran George Bailey and the other 64 veterans could pass under it on the way to the county airport to participate in the honor flight to Washington, D.C. I had a long chat with George. He called me when he got back the next day, and he said he had a wonderful time and was never prouder of Elmsford. Thank you to our constables for also getting up at that hour to take traffic posts and make sure the 3 buses got through the intersections. Thank you to Commissioner of Police Steve Foster for arranging for a police officer also to take traffic posts along the bus route to assist in their passage. Remind everybody that the Little League Parade is on Sunday, June 15th, and yes, it's Father's Day. So I asked that question, and the answer was, well, they play games on Mother's Day, so they're having a parade on Father's Day. So everybody knows what they have to do on that day. Get the barricades out, the guy, and everything, set them up, and then come out on Sunday. So we have to get the constables to do their normal posts and stuff like that. Administrator?
Yeah, I need to go back in time on that.
Okay.
Because I looked at my phone. Is there there any way we can do the 30th instead of the 23rd? I'll tell you why. The 19th is a holiday, which is Thursday. And on June 20th, my wife has a procedure all day that I have to be at. So it'd be very difficult for me to do the agenda on Wednesday, which we're going to do on Wednesday.
Okay, the 30th, anybody else?
And he's available.
Double
Huh.
third.
That's the other
More
sales.
better.
That's the other sales pitch.
I don't know, like, it's fine.
I have to double check.
They're good. Thank you. Doing agendas on Wednesday, don't work.
Motion to adjourn to executive session for personnel matters.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Opposed, carried. Chief,